Okay, we're back. Now, Joe, I know you have recently entered the computer age. You're like Facebooking now, right?
Yeah, I'm learning a little at a time, and my wife uses it, my son uses it, but I'm learning.
Mm.
I'm getting more and more friends and sending many of the pictures of the Bronx Tale actors.
Well, the reason I'm asking you is I got a Facebook-related story here for you.
Go ahead, shoot.
Okay, don't say that on this show, Joe. Now, here's a guy. He commits bank fraud to the tune of 200 grand, right? Decides to flee the country, goes on Facebook and brags about what he's done, and then accepts a friend request from a Department of Justice agent.
that's that's so stupid. Unbelievable. He got away with the robbery, and then he goes on Facebook
My
and tells
God.
everybody in the world what he did.
And he connected
Sure,
with
he
this
went to
fellow.
jail.
Yes.
Guaranteed he went to jail.
Well, he should just for being that dumb.
That's a real moron.
Smart guy you want to plan something with,
Oh my
that's for
God.
sure.
You can never do nothing with him.
You know, I just have to interject here one second. A lot of people out there don't know, which I found out tonight, which I thought it was hysterical. I mean, I may not be hysterical to you, but this guy over here in Detroit, he was such a talented guy, great sense of humor, good-looking guy, and tremendously talented, I think, and all the clips and everything. He told me tonight that he was a truant officer for 17 years. I mean,
27.
Tom, I'm sorry?
27.
27. It's even worse. God almighty. I mean, if you gave me 1,000 guesses at what he did beside this, truant officer would be the last thing. I mean, if you were a little older, you would have brought me to school one day. I mean,
The
that's
statute of limitations never runs out.
27 years. I mean, it just unbelievable. I can't see you chasing kids around Brooklyn through the subways and going to their house. They must have beat the shit out of you.
I can't see me either. That's why I'm here with you.
That's why he's
Man,
a talk
I know
show.
you're not a
That's
tough
why he's
guy.
got the In Detroit talk show.
Oh,
He's
man,
the
a
host.
truant officer. But I thought that was funny. Okay, I'm
All right.
sorry. Go.
We're back to business here. We got a guy in Ohio decides to rob a gas station.
Is that Medina, Ohio? I'm just curious. I was
No.
there once.
Cleveland Heights, if that's a place
Yeah,
you're
that's
familiar
where
with.
one of the basketball players was. I can't think of his name. Gone.
Okay, and the guy robs the station, makes off with the money. The only problem is he leaves his ID on the counter. Some people were just not meant to be criminals.
No,
You think that's safe to say?
How could you do something like that? The cops will be right in your house at your house.
I mean, the
before you
worst
get
thing
there.
is this has got to be, his kids' friends know about it. They say, "Did you see what your father did, or you see what the wife did?" I mean, you left this. I mean, you got to be a Dumbo throughout the whole neighborhood. You can't just get away from it. The whole world knows
And you
about
can't
it.
deny it. Your identification
I mean,
is
I
right
was
at
so
the scene.
desperate to do so many things in my life. Geez, I wouldn't.
Well,
Jesus
you know
Christ,
what?
I wouldn't think of that.
I had a friend of mine years ago that as we grew up in the 50s and 60s, he went on to heroin. He got an addiction. And he kept robbing this store on Fordham Road, and I kept telling him, Ray, do you know you're going there every Friday at the same time? You're going to have a problem. You think this guy's an ATM machine. He's going to wait for you with a gun. Sure enough, I said, if you don't stop, this guy's going to wind up killing you. He walked in the store, same time, the guy shot him right in the head. He killed him.
Yeah.
Guy killed him. He's dead today.
I couldn't take it
Long
anymore.
time.
See this guy coming in
Sure.
every day.
He says, like, what is it, a bank? Like you're filling out a withdrawal slip every Friday just to support an addiction with heroin. And the guy shot him in the face and killed him.
It sounds like your circle of friends is growing smaller. So.
Well, I tried to talk to him until I was blue in the face to stop and get help, and it didn't work. And sure enough, what I felt was going to happen happened, and the guy killed him.
Yeah, well, see, I won't go in that store anymore. Anyway, Andy brought this stuff up, and it just reminded me. I don't know if you ever people at home 1, 2 in the morning and you're watching TV. There's a Spike channel who shows the world's dumbest criminals. I mean, I don't care what kind of mood you're in. You could be in the worst mood in the world. I mean, when you're by yourself and you laugh, that's probably the ultimate in comedy.
Unless you're walking down the street, then you could end up in an institution.
This one guy they showed one day, there was two glasses. It was two glasses to enter the store. Two glass windows. He cracks through one open window. He finally goes through the open window. He gets it open. Takes what he wants. And when he comes back out, he's trying to crash through the window that wasn't open, instead of going through the window that he opened. And I mean, there's some of the things you gotta see. You gotta say, how stupid can you be? You just crashed through that window. Why would you go through the other window? That's not. I mean, you just lie there and you say, you say, boy, I'm not. I thought I was a little stupid, but you see these things, you feel pretty smart like an issue. You feel immense in society. I mean, I thought that I was desperate many times in my life, but to do this, my God, there's sick people out there.
Someone just wrote in, yes, Coffee Cake, I watched that show, so there's at least 2 viewers of the show.
Oh,
so.
The show with the guy goes through the window? How'd you get that quick?
Well,
Jeez,
my people
this is
are on top
high-tech
of
here.
things.
Wow, I'm telling you, I mean, you just can't stop laughing. I mean, it's a great, and it comes out at 2 in the morning. Where you gonna go? You're gonna go outside for a walk, So you watch it and you just think about it and you say, me, I would never. I mean, just amazing. Just stupid you can be. Oh, some guy comes in one. I think he stole. I swear to God, it's a true story. He goes in the store and he comes out with a 6-pack of Coke, some kind of cola. That's what he stole. That's what he wanted to steal.
Guy had a Coke addiction, obviously.
I mean, think about it. Jesus Christ. You go in the store, get a store and steal a thing of Coke if you're going to do that. Jeez, you can break in the whole store and steal a thing of Coke. Do 30 years. The other way, they'll throw you out and say, no, don't come back anymore. That's it.
Now, I got something else good for you. Guy steals a car from a woman, carjacks her, right? Now, she calls the police, lets them know that there was a car phone in the car. Cop calls the car and says that he saw the ad on Craigslist, the car's for sale. Arranges to meet the guy and arrest him.
You mean to tell me the guy that robbed the car answered that phone?
He did.
Yeah. This guy don't want to.
Oh, no brains.
You don't want a guy like this doing your spelling test for you.
These are people that should not be driving if they're this stupid.
Or stealing.
Now, here's another guy, right? Gets busted for DUI. Blows a .11. All right? He can't drive home from court, obviously, because he's drunk. So he calls a friend to pick him up. She shows up twice as drunk as him with a .20, and she gets arrested.
Oh, my God. Where do they find these people? That's what I'd like to know.
I
don't
did
think
exhaustive
New York. Some of
research
these
finding
things-
all these stories.
No, some of these things got to be outside of New York. I mean, New York is it's got to be like somewhere in Ohio or Mississippi, somewhere like
Well,
that.
these are all over the world.
The Amish, we got to pick on them again.
The Amish
man.
kid was in New York. He was upstate.
He was upstate, yeah, but I don't consider New York upstate New York. I consider once you go past Yonkers or something, or
Here's
That's
a guy, all right? Calvin Hoover, 21 years old.
here's a name for you.
Yeah. He calls the police to complain because his marijuana had been stolen. This is in Oregon, too. We're talking about... In Oregon, I know they do a
I remember
smoke a
this
lot
story.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
He calls the police. Not only is he complaining that his pot was stolen, but when they get to him, he's drunk. So he gets busted for DUI and for being extremely stupid, I guess.
Somebody, extremely stupid with the number one felony.
Yeah.
No question about it.
I heard
put the
something
guy
like
away
that.
for 10
I heard
years.
something like that. Where
did.
a guy called in, said he was robbed of his pot, and when they got there, they found 1,000 marijuana plants in his backyard and in his house that he was growing pot. Come on. He was a dealer.
Man, this guy should have been
what
in
a
our
jerk he
neighborhood.
was.
Man,
Call
I
the
see some of them
cops.
guys in my neighborhood, but this one, I mean, this takes the cake. Some of these things are just unbelievable.
But, okay, better than that,
Okay.
we got a guy who gets arrested, right, for... they take him into court for drug possession, right? And the guy says when he's in court, the cops had no right to search me. There was no grounds for the search.
Right.
So the cop says, but there was a bulge in your jacket, and it looked like it could have been a gun. The guy says, no way. Hands his jacket over to the judge, who looks in it and finds cocaine in the pocket.
Oh,
After he takes a little while to compose himself, he convicts this fellow.
Jesus, God Almighty.
So there's some
These
stupid people out
stupid
there.
people.
No, I
don't
would say that's an
understand that.
understatement.
This is not
of the
organized
year.
crime.
That's really not stupid. That's beyond. I mean, it's incredible. You know, the mental society is over 200 people. These got to be the people the opposite way.
This is the
With an
demented
IQ
society.
minus 200.
Yeah.
You got to be.
Well, when your IQ gets to 200, you're supposed to sell coffee.
Yeah, I know, but these guys are going the other way. I mean, this is incredible.
All right, we're going to go to our final commercial of the day, and we will be back with Joe Black and
I got to
Coffee
call my
Cake.
truant officer.
Stay tuned.
I haven't been to school in a while.